Welcome back to another reaction for Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You, mini episode 7 and 8.
じじくせえな。
え、
新聞紙広げて老眼鏡って。
そんなにおじいちゃんっぽいかな。
新聞もスマホで読める時代なんだからよ。スマホに変えろ、スマホに。あ？
On my way home, okay, good work today. Today's lunch looks amazing. Okay, I mean, this seems pretty healthy. I don't know how it's going to look better if he has glasses and is on his smartphone. Most likely typing like an old person. Not really. It is not going to look like he is fluid in controlling a smartphone. So it is going to look the same, maybe even worse than if he just stuck to the newspaper.
スマホな。
He has a fucking flip phone. Oh my fucking god. He's so old. I mean, it seems like we are going to get a smartphone. We are going to get a little connection with Tayama, maybe? Maybe we get a line.
お前、押印できないの終わってるぞ。新聞もニュースも見れるんだからよ。
でもこれまだ壊れたりしてないし。
Such an old way of thinking. Understandable. Oh.
あれ、おかしいな。画面が真っ暗だ。
You probably shouldn't have talked. And I mean, what do you expect? It's a flip phone. If it is not one of those Nokias, then it's not going to hold that long.
あれ、急いで修理してもらわんと。
アホ、中関修理できるやつこの時代にいねえよ。諦めてスマホ買いに行けよ。前。
Okay, so we are getting a smartphone. I mean, he could get it repaired if he really wanted, but getting a smartphone not necessarily a bad idea. Personally, I would suggest having two phones. One that is mostly for calling, for work-related stuff, and one for private stuff.
.スマホに変えたものの全くの未知だ。あ、そういやスマホで新聞読めるんだよな。どうやるんだ。ちょっと試してみるか。
Details of 15,000 people stolen. Personal info. Ooh. Yeah, that is a big problem. Again, I mean, you can clearly, you see if someone is not comfortable with the smartphone. It is rare nowadays, but you clearly see the difference between someone who uses the smartphone more often and someone who is pretty new to that. It doesn't look natural.
.ダメだ。何もできん。あれ？あれ？なんだこの画面。最初の画面にどうやったら戻るんだ？あ！
Let's hope no one is sitting in front of him. But if I remember correctly, in Japan, and I believe in like South Korea, maybe? I don't know which countries do that as well. The shutter you cannot turn off. You always have the shutter sound. So you can't take pictures in secret. definitely not as embarrassing as having glasses and reading newspaper, right? Taking a random picture, everyone is like, what did he just take a picture of?
スマホを教えてほしい。てか佐々木さん、ガラケーだったんだ。
うん。
ぽいね。
ぽい。お願いします、田山先生。
いいよ、教えてあげる。
本当、ありがと
う。で、何がわかんないの？
Everything.
いや、恥ずかしいことに基本の
I believe she never saw him with glasses before.
操作もままならないんだよね。田山さん？
基本の操作ね。じゃあ、使いそうなやつだけサクッと教えるか。
お願いします。
I do like that she has a little bit of a different outfit. She still has a shirt, very monocolored shirt. But I do like a different outfit. It's one of those things I feel like I'm going to pay more attention to since Bota and Kamina anime. Because it feels like it's pretty rare to have a show that changes the outfit in a meaningful way.
まず基本中の基本。さすがに最初のホーム画面は戻れると思うから飛ばすけど。
あ、ごめん、それも教えてほしい。
スマホはフリック入力なの。ボタンタッチして打ちたい文字にスイッてしてみて。
スイ。わかった。スイ。あ、違う。これじゃないんだけど。
別の入力方法にする？
したい。あ、そうだ、俺スマホで新聞読んでみたいんだけれど。
ああ、できるよ。
ほんと？
まず新聞読むアプリを入れるためにアプリを開く必要があって、それはホーム画面に大体あるんだけど、使う。
Now, this is a perfect example of I would call it lack of empathy, because you're missing knowledge. So she's saying stuff that is totally normal. Everyone that has a smartphone, and used it probably can understand her. Go to the main menu, go to the App Store, download the app, and then you can open the app and you are done, essentially. The problem is if there's someone new who doesn't have any clue, he does not know what you mean. He's like, what do you mean with home screen? What do you mean with the App Store? How do I install the app? These are all things that you need to guide someone through step by step. So this is, again, because as is normal with guys my age, I was into IT, so I understood computers better than the average person, which meant that if someone had a problem, they came to me. And we always have this problem. If I mention the desktop, no one has an idea what the desktop is. The start menu nowadays, even harder to understand, because if you didn't know, which I hopefully you did, earlier iterations of Windows, the button on the, it was on the bottom left, now it's like in the middle, the one that opens all your programs and the search for Windows, that was normally called the start. It has the name start on it. That is why it was called the start menu, because you would click it and it would give you a little menu. Nowadays it gives you a bit other stuff, but same idea. These things are just is people cannot really understand these things unless they have the knowledge for that. The same with browser, homepage, internet, essentially. I mean, there are a lot of things you would assume people know, but they don't know them, which makes troubleshooting really hard. Especially if you if you cannot visit the person and you have to do it over phone.
書いてあるんだけど、使うためにそのアプリ用のアカウントを作る必要があるんだよね。そこでアカウント作れたらログインして新聞アプリを入れるの。そこでもアカウント作らなきゃだから。
Here again, the good part is she can show him.
ごめん、私が入れる。
すみません。すごいな、田山さん。これで携帯みたく使えそうだ。
So, when do we get her phone number or line or... I mean, if she already installed this, she could have installed Line for him. And then we could have exchanged some... or O-Line, how his friend called it.
まあ、使っていくうちに慣れるしかないんですけど。
あとごめん田山さん、もう一つお願いがあるんだけど。
ん？
スマホの文字大きくできたりする？
なんでスマホダメダメなのに字大きくできるの知ってんの？
いや、携帯でもできたから。なんか都合悪い？
I feel like she doesn't know how to do it. Now the good part is, just going to settings. Most settings menus in phones have a search option. Search font. You get all the options available with that name. Easy peasy.
もしかしてかなりややこしいのかな？
Yeah, she doesn't know. She seems pretty reliable with technology. Maybe she does know. Maybe she, same as I was saying before, she is like, you can just go into the settings, you can type it in and search, and you should find it really quickly. However, that would mean he would not wear the glasses anymore. And she seems to like the glasses a lot.
別にやってあげるけど。
え？
それやめちゃダメだよ。
はい。
設定するから貸して。
I mean, you could just tell him it's good for eyesight, which I feel like is the case. Even if you have bad eyesight, you are supposed to wear glasses, even if you increase the font size. I believe that is the case. I'm not sure though. I mean, you can just lie.
あ、そうだ佐々木さん。スマホデビュー祝いに山田さんの番号を教えてあげようか。
いらない結構です。絶対ダメだ田山さん。個人情報なんだから。ましてや山田さんのだなんて。
ああ、もうあげちゃった。
そんな田山さん。
ま、嘘ですけど。
よ
し、できたった。はい。
Also, if that were ever the case, he could just ask her to add her number as well, which would then be interesting. But I'm assuming if she added any number, it is her own,
G 読みやす
which is Yamada's number, but you know what I mean.
いよ。
ありがとうじゃなくて
ああ、怖い。
Como more 4G. Some food, okay.
山田ちゃん、お疲れ様。
お疲れっす。
So this is how she's hiding her long hair. Is that even possible? So she takes her long hair, bundles it up, and then hides it at the back of her head, below the short hair? I guess as long as you don't look from the back, you would never really see a difference.
.今日のシフトと取られたことにも気づいてないでやんの。
I did not say it, but I was questioning what the sound was, because the sound, this is not normally a sound it makes. It's the shutter sound. Now it makes more sense. A little bit voyeuristic here. Taking photos in secret.
よし、今日も頑張るぞ。
I mean, nice. So, got a smartphone. Got the newspaper app, I guess. It seems like we did not get her number, which is a little bit sad. She got a photo. She likes the glasses, which is interesting. We still have no real connection age-wise. But yeah, it happened as I assumed it would. He just doesn't really look natural with the smartphone. It's going to take some time. It doesn't help that he has to put on the glasses, and still he's struggling. I don't even want to see him type. It's going to be atrocious. But let's see. Okay, we are starting with the intro, which we have to skip. So, episode 8.
な佐々木、タバコの銘柄でそいつの性格がわかるらしいぞ。
She had some red packs. I don't know, Marlboro maybe? Weren't they red? I believe so. Lucky Strike? They were red, but there was also some beige kind, cream colored. I don't know. I don't remember. I do remember one that is West, and that was red. But red is a pretty common color, I feel like.
なんだそれ
銘柄占いってやつ。こういうの飲み会ですると若いやつは盛り上がるのよ。ちなみに俺は 何事にも一途で浮気もしない尽くしタイプだったけどな。
I feel like it's pretty spot on. You do seem pretty devoted. You seem to have a pretty good relationship with your wife. So that seems like a healthy marriage.
あ、でも周りが見えず空気が読めないとも書いてあるよ。
おい、そういう余計なとこ気づかなくていいんだよ、おめえは。空気読めよ。聞いてんのか？聞いてないの？どっち？
若い子向けの話題か。
笑ってる？
Why are you smiling now? Yeah, it is a little bit creepy, just smiling without any context. We're back to this outfit, huh?
はあ、あるね、そういうの。
I do like, especially, I like the combination. I like the jacket. I especially like the dress. Very nice dress. I would have preferred to get a couple more styles going. You know, it doesn't have to be every episode, but like every second episode or so, I would have liked more styles. We saw her in like a jeans outfit. Was it jeans? I don't. My brain. But again, I do like this outfit. I will like some other outfits as well.
田山さん知ってた？
あることだけね。ただまあ、そういうのって大体。
同僚から聞いてね。面白そうだと思ったんだけど。
I mean, he's wearing the glasses for you. He didn't wear them before. He didn't. You can't say no to his glasses, can you?
だけど。
まあ、見てみますか。佐々木さんのはどんななの？
出てきた。俺は。
Clueless, slow, doesn't take hints.
人を見下している割に性癖はマゾより。なんだこれ。
タバコ吸えない。マジ。
田山さんはどうだった？
She's a sadistic type then.
二面性があり、実は性欲が強い。
Interesting. We know the first part is right. So, I mean, this is one of those human psychology things. Whereas, because the first part we know is right, or I at least did, we would assume the rest would also be correct, right? Because the first part is right. So why should the second part be wrong? Interesting tidbit.
こういうのって大体オチにしもいの持ってきがちだよね。おまけに作った人の偏見強めっつうか。まあ一部当たってて笑っちゃったけど。
すみませんでした。
何？
You didn't make the quiz. She laughed it off. You also just laugh it off. You could also just continue the conversation because you did not know. You are fresh to the system. She knows that. You could have been like, "Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it would be a little bit more truthful instead of going into the deep end."
正座してどうしたの？タバコは？メガネは？
そういうものだと知らずに変な話題を振って本当に申し訳ないというか、言わせてごめん。
まあ確かに私下ネタ嫌いだけど、どうせ若い子が楽しんでくれるかなって思って話したんでしょ。私のために良かれとやって謝って。 バカな佐々木さん。別に私怒ってないからタバコ吸い直せば。
田山さん、二面性っていうのは当たってるかもしれないね。前から思ってたんだけどうまく言えなくて。でもやっぱりそうだ。
Don't worry, he's never going to find out you are Yamada.
クールだけど優しい。田山さんってそういう子だよね。田山さん、
それさっき吸いかけてたでしょ。
ありがとう。
ああ、ごめん、忘れてた。火もつけてあげようか。
田山さん怒ってる。
怒ってない。
Did she? She didn't change it, did he? Did she?
田山さん、
No, she did change it. Interesting. Nice little detail. I mean, those lighters are fine. There is a previous version where you had to. There was like a gear or whatever out of metal you had to push down, which would produce a little spark. And then you would push down into like a little button which lets the gas out. This is how the lighter would work, which is essentially the same idea, but this one does it all for you. Those older versions were a pain. My fingers, they hurt so much from that shit. But I do like the little detail that she is adjusting the amount of gas on the backside. There's a little black, I don't know what you call it, dimple or whatever. You can move left and right, and that decides how much gas goes out and decides how big the flame is. He did adjust that. That is why the flame is so big.
怒ってる。
怒ってないでしょ。笑ってるし。
Also, why do we need a lighter? You have a cigarette. You can light a cigarette with another cigarette, right? Oh.
でもなんかごめんね。
なんで謝んの。
She outside?
結局昨日は田山さんに不快な思いをさせて終わった。
ありがとうございました。
こんなやつが山田さんのレジに並んでいいのか。いや、
お客様、こちら先に空いてますのでどうぞ。
はい。
I feel like she would like it if he ignored her. I mean, just be honest. A little bit more honest with him. You're making it far too hard for yourself. Ooh, manager.
なんか面白いことあったんだろうな。店長見たかった。
I already see her putting up a security camera on the smoking area with a microphone. It's for security reasons. Sure. Are we visiting a customer or client? This is a lot more different than normal. Okay. I assume a client.
いやー、今日はすみませんね。暑い中ご足労いただいて。
いえいえ、とんでもないです。
はい、お茶どうぞ。
いただきます。
はい。佐々木さんが送ってくれた提案資料ね、ほんと助かりましたよ。さすが元気庄司さんって、社長も大喜びしてましたわ。
それは良かったです。
皆さんこんにちは。ゴールデンウィーク明けから夏のような暑さが続いてますね。さて、
うちはもうクールビズ始めちゃいましたよ。
いや、素晴らしいと思いますよ。
Mm.
うちなんかきっちり夏が来るまで許されませんから。
そりゃ大変だ。
I find these things so stupid because essentially you are just switching from one business attire to a different one. It's not like you are going casual, totally casual. You're going with like jeans and I don't know, biker jacket. No, you have a different outfit which is for hot days. So you should, in my opinion, you should be allowed to wear it whenever you deem it necessary. Because in the end, if you feel good, then it is going to increase your productivity instead of having stupid rules.
北日本ですと一日をと
では引き続きよろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
この後は戻って仕事。
いえ、今日は直帰できそうです。
おお、よかったね。佐々木さんいつも働きすぎだから。
Is Tayama allowed to change her outfit?
しかし、夕方まで暑くて嫌になるな。本格的な夏が来たらどうなるんだか。
アイス美味しいね。いっぱい汗かいたもんね。
アイスでも食いながら帰ってやろうか。
Right. I assume similar to where I live, the supermarket always is air conditioned. Meanwhile, the home is not. So I can see why people would gather in the supermarket.
さすがに夕方は混んでるな。山田さん、今日は夕方から出てたのか。なんていい日なんだ。
ありがとうございます。ポイントカードをお預かりします。
そうか、衣替え。なんという清涼感なんだ。というか山田さん、おかげでアイスいらないな。帰ろう。
昨日山田さんいたのに買い物やめたでしょ。なんで？
I'm surprised. Oh. I wanted to say surprised she has the biker jacket on because it's still warm. But she has more skin showing elsewhere. Okay.
またどっかから見てたの？
でかいおじさんが入り口でぼったちしてたら目につくでしょ。
あ、ごめん、邪魔だった。
で、なんで？
昨日は暑くてアイスを食べたかったんだけど、
うん。
店にマイナスイオンが満ちてたから十分進めたんだ。
何それ。
Sure.
なんだ、山田さんの半袖で暑さ吹っ飛んじゃったとかじゃないんだ。あ、図星。
違う。早めに衣替えして季節感を教えてくれる販売職の皆さん、山田さん、ありがとうとしか思ってない。
じゃあ可愛くないんだ。
そんなわけ。半袖がとても似合う人だなと思っております。
佐々木さんすごい汗。
暑いから今日。田山さんは暑くないの？
I would assume the same. I see she has leggings or something, which not gonna be. I don't. To be honest, I don't really know how good they are against heat, but I assume they would absorb moisture really well, so you can't really get the effect of sweating. And the jacket is definitely going to trap heat. If it is like leather or leather adjacent, it is trapping heat like no tomorrow. So probably gonna be hot under there. Maybe she should not wear it right now.
その上着。
私中薄着だし、佐々木さんには負けるよ。
あ、そうなの。
うん。ほら。
I mean, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no. That would be rude.
田山さん、ごめん。お腹見てほんとごめん。それ、お腹冷えちゃわない？
It feels like an old man thing to say, like a grandpa.
お腹冷えちゃわない？お腹冷えちゃわない？ない？素敵だと。
イエーイ。
冷えちゃわない？大丈夫？
本当にこの時間は。
田山さん、これよかったら。夜はまだ風が冷たいし。あ、嫌だったら無理し。
Yeah, good question. Is she happy about that? Wearing something that he wore, or is she unhappy about being offered something to wear?
しなくていいから。あ、田山さんごめん。俺お腹にかけたらどうかと思って渡して、別に着てってわけじゃなくて、不快じゃな。あ、田山さん。
うるさい、腕派。
腕派？
で。
わからない。腕派って一体？こういうところが鈍いんだろうな、俺は。
Yep, definitely. Okay. This is one thing I would like to see more about her life. I feel like her breasts are bigger here for some reason.
お腹より腕が好きってか、佐々木。 しばらくラーメン控えるか。
Interesting. So he likes arms more than bellies, and you should stop eating ramen so much, huh? Interesting idea. It's not because you wanted to look better for him, right? Just she doesn't like ramen now for some reason. I mean, I also don't feel like he doesn't like bellies or he likes arms more, just the surrounding stuff. He just sees open stomach as too cold. I don't know. You did what they showed was pretty warm weather where I would be like, you know, you can probably wear just a shirt and short jeans and you are fine. You're not going to get sick. I don't know how cold it is getting in the evenings though. But yeah, we just got a little bit closer. It is definitely that she likes him, but she's playing a dangerous game. She's holding him at arm's length and playing the good girl, bad girl. I do wonder which of those is her real personality. I'm assuming the quote-unquote bad girl. Mostly because that is whenever she doesn't have to fake it. Maybe that is why she was more jealous of him talking about Yamada that way. Because Yamada is more or less a fake version. The service is a customer service version. But yeah, she's playing a dangerous game. She should come clean or maybe go on the offensive a little bit. Make it clear where she is trying to take this.